I really remember it was about 15 years ago. I was preparing for a session about request. I was in a train station in France, and I was kind of preparing, but I was bored. And then about 50 meters away from me, there was a group of young people. They were sitting on the floor and with a guitar, and they were singing together. And I noticed I was kind of jealous. It's like, oh, they're having fun and I'm bored. And immediately it came like, oh, a request, ask for what you want. But immediately inside of me is like, no. That's weird. And as soon as I said to myself, that's weird, and as I was preparing for a session about requests, I said, okay, go for it. So I went to them and I say, hello, it looks like you're having a lot of fun. Can I join? And this kind of moment when you're doing something inhabitual, the people look at you with this kind of look when they do like, and then they scan you to check what is that weird thingy. But then they say, yeah, sure, come. And then for 10 minutes, we had a lot of fun. Then my train came and I say, thank you so much, bye. And I went on my train. And it really, I was thinking, gee, like how many opportunities I'm losing or I'm missing because I don't ask. If you don't ask, nothing will happen. It's like asking is the power that creates. This is also how, for example, I created my NVC business. It's simply by asking. I didn't do any marketing or anything. I was just offering introductions for free. And at the end of each introduction evening, I would say, hey, I need support. Either anyone who would like maybe to organize such an evening for your family or your friend or for people. That was my only marketing, like ask for what you want. And I remember each time to ask it, to say it, it was scary because to ask is to make myself vulnerable, to receive a no, to receive a judgment, or whatever. But if you don't ask, nothing will happen. Asking is a power that creates. There was a very interesting research, quite a big research about that was trying to figure out about the Second World War. They took like 500 families who saved Jewish people, who took the risk to save Jewish people. They hide them in their home. And this research was trying to, to understand what is in common between those families that took this risk of, hiding Jewish people in their home. So they were searching many aspects, social, economic, or all sorts of things. And actually, they didn't find a lot in common between those families. But one thing they did figure out, which is in many of those families, actually the Jewish people came to them and asked, hey, I'm afraid for my life. Would you be willing to hide me in your house? Each time I tell this story, I have this kind of goosebump of like, wow, asking saves life. If you don't ask, nothing will happen. Asking creates. Asking is the power that creates in the world. So I like to start from there because I'm kind of socially, we are so, for all those reasons that you wrote on the chat, we are so trained in censoring ourselves and not asking and not voicing our needs and wishes. And I want to just a little bit kind of pump up this to enter the abundance. But actually the world is an abundance of possibilities how to meet my needs. If I allow myself to ask, if I allow myself to make myself vulnerable and put myself out there and make a request, especially when I'm open for a no.